fiery words from Kyler himself and how the team is now responding to it all. Wait till you hear this. Tyreek Hill raising the bar yet again for the Miami Dolphins offense? Is he speaking out of turn? And Nick has the top 5 landing spots for Kevin Durant. Thank goodness, because I'm dying to know where he should end up. It is Friday. I know Broussard's been on Brooklyn. Nick, give us a teaser. Give us something. Wet the palate and
I'll give you a teaser.
He's going to end up. Give us something. All right.
Unlike yesterday's disastrous Bud list, you will see with my top 5 destinations, it is all head, no heart. It is all facts, no feelings. There are no biases or sacred cows. There's a team on there that will shock you, America. That coming up in 29 minutes.
As long as you say it with your chest, it's all I care about. All right, we get to that. Got to start with this. Kyler Murray, the week that was, good, bad, and a little bit ugly. So first he signs a $230 million contract. That's good. Then we learned about the homework clause in the contract. That's kind of bad. Then yesterday, Murray calling a press conference where he had to defend his work ethic. Take a listen to this.
It's disrespectful, and it's almost a joke.
You got to wonder why they even put it in. Well, in keeping with the mess that has now become Kyler and his contract, Cardinals putting out this statement. After seeing the distraction it created, we removed the addendum from the contract. It was clearly perceived in ways that were never intended. Oh, I have so much to say. Our confidence in Kyler Murray is as high as it's ever been. Nothing demonstrates our belief in his ability to lead this team more than the commitment reflected in this contract. And yet, Nick, somehow they found the need to include it in the contract originally. What was your reaction when you heard this news?
Well, hold on. Let me see something. Oh, wait. Damn it. Okay. Sorry. This is a mess now. They're right. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I saw people saying that. I'm like, I'm going to try. No, you can't. This is out there now, and it's going to follow them all year long. I mean, this is a mark of an unserious organization. And I tried to couch that and say that gently when this story first arose. But the fact that we now know that they did not anticipate this reaction only proves that they're an unserious organization. And the fact that I am certain Kyler's representation pushed back against this clause being included, and it's probably why it was 4 hours and not 8 hours, or why it was at home rather than at the facility, as Brew and I talked about. They held the line when it came to Kyler Murray and his negotiation, but they're not holding the line when it comes to Twitter memes and a media reaction. I don't know how you can look at this team from their decisions to stick with Steve Keim, from their decision to extend Cliff Kingsbury, and now their decision to preemptively extend Kyler Murray, despite the fact that there are parts of his preparation they don't believe in, and call them a serious organization. And then for them to backtrack and seem caught off guard that a contract addendum or clause that none of us had ever seen in anyone's contract in NFL history, that they're like, what, us? We never anticipated. It's your job to anticipate. So I think that this is going to be something that will be a storyline for the Cardinals throughout the year, Brew, and unfortunately, it could follow Kyler further. Where if Kyler does not reach that next level, fair or not, because I thought Kyler handled himself well in the press conference, but fair or not, people will say it's because, he's too busy playing COD rather than watching film.
Right. Look, I agree with essentially everything you said, Nick, and there's a lot to unpack here. Number one, Kyler's press conference. Kyler, I believe, was mad at the wrong people. He was like chastising the media. The media are just reacting to the ridiculous clause in the contract, right? He should have been mad at the Cardinals. Now, it's possible he was, while addressing the media, his real target and real audience was the Cardinals. So I think that's possible, but don't be mad at us. We're just looking at this like, what? What does this mean? That's natural. But all that said, I think the Cardinals look worse than Kyler looks or looked. Obviously, it was embarrassing for him, but as Nick said, it's worse for the Cardinals. And Nick, you're saying they're unserious. How about incompetent? I mean, really, this is incompetence, okay? Because there are really only 3 reasons that I can think of for putting the clause in the contract, and none of them make you look good. Number 1, it was necessary, right? He's not doing any film study. I'm just saying if this is the case, that he's not doing any film study and you think he really needs it to get to the next level, then why are you giving him $230 million? That doesn't look good. Number 2, some people have speculated, did they put it in there or even leak it to embarrass him? Why would you want to, even if you're upset, right, that he kind of forced you into doing this deal, why would you want to embarrass your quarterback? You've got to work with this guy. You've got to try to win Super Bowls with this guy going forward. What's the value of embarrassing? And number 3, Nick, as you said, they didn't think it would be a big deal. They didn't think it would leak. How could you think this wouldn't get out? And if it did get out, then it wouldn't become a huge deal. So none of that speaks highly of the Cardinals. And Nick, I believe this. This is the one thing I kind of disagree with you on. If they start the season well, and they got a tough schedule. They got Kansas City, they got the Rams, another tough team in there early, right? But let's say they start off well and they're rolling. It could be, no doubt. There you see it right there. Okay, so they got Kansas City, the Raiders, and the Rams. Yes, could be 0-3. But let's say they start well. What if they start 4-1? Then I think this kind of, and they continue it and play well throughout the season, it could become a footnote, right? But if they start poorly, as you said, that's likely or very probable at least, then this won't go away. And Wilds, I hate to even bring this up, but if they have a bad season and Kyler has a less than stellar season, they could eventually have to divorce. I hate to say it because it just, like Nick said, you can't put the toothpaste back in. If he plays poorly, we know he'll be pissed, and he'll be pissed that they put that clause in there and it became such a big deal. A lot of people will blame the poor season on this clause and this whole scenario. Yeah, I think it could potentially lead to that type of thing.
Okay. I think you guys make some
or at least the
valid
firings,
points.
Right? Firings of the front office, firings of the front office.
Bonus take in there from Broussard. I mean, anyone Cliff Kingsbury fired. Okay. So here's the thing. I agree with you, Broussard. And I agree with you. I get it. Here's the thing. If I